Dell of Time. Sarah and Jamie flopped forward over the handlebars of their bicycles, for the climb had been a long one. Her breath returning, Sarah raised her head and looked out across a valley that shone bright green in the sun. Here and there, the fields and woods were dotted with patches of blue, white and yellow. She half closed her eyes. The colours merged, and the valley seemed to shimmer.
Spring, the best time of year.
It's all right, I suppose. Personally, I prefer a blazing hot day in the summer, or even better, a freezing cold one in the winter, with loads of snow.
You have to be different, don't you? You'll be saying you like pouring rain and howling gales next.
I do, with plenty of thunder and lightning.
You forgot hail?
And hail.
How about some sleet?
Oh, shush.
Slush?
Shut up, I mean.
Bye! Last one at the bottom of the creek.
Hey, that's not fair.
Whee!
Phew, caught you. Why have you stopped?
Did you see that? A flash of white racing across the field.
A bird taking off, maybe?
No, it was bigger. I'm going to check it out. Coming?
Of course.
Whatever it was, it's vanished. Pity. Perhaps if we wait here a moment.
Maybe whatever you saw went into those woods.
Well, here's the wood.
It's suddenly got a lot colder.
You're right. Look down there.
Where?
See? Just beyond the trees where the land falls away. A dark pool and twisted trees.
Covered in ice and snow. That's strange. Let's get a closer look. Coming?
Don't you go near a young man!
Where'd you spring from?
What's the problem? Is this land private?
All the land hereabouts belongs to Gilbert the Boys. But no matter of that, I may only be an old flower seller with me wits half gone, but I knows a thing or two about these parts. Things that'd make your locks turn white as yonder snow, I dare say. And that goes for you too, missy. You come with me. I'll show you something strange about yon dell that'll make you think twice afore venturing in. I'll just hold this daffodil over the lip of the dell. Now, watch.
Jamie, the flower, it's shriveling.
The petals are falling. It's turning black.
See that? It's like an eternal curse. A frost that blasts everything that grows. You won't hear no birds sing there. No, nor see no living creature neither. Nothing grows in the Dell of Time, as we folks call it. It's as if all the poison and cruelty of these parts had gathered in the one spot.
So spring'll never come to the earth.
The Dell of Time, ha ha!
It's no laughing matter, young master. It'd take some sort of miracle to bring spring to the Dell of Time. Nice to meet you both. Remember what I say.
Just as well she turned up. Come on, we've hung around here long enough. That dell's given me the spooks.
What a weird place.
Yes, and I thought dells were meant to be dingly.
Let's get our bikes and ride on.
Good idea. Look, there's some deer.
A whole herd of them.
See? The white stag. That must have been the streak of white I saw racing across the field.
Shh! He'll hear us.
Come on, Henry!
Wait for
There
me,
he
sister.
goes!
Hunters!
This way!
They're after the deer.
Wow! Knights on horseback.
Come on!
They're scared of the white stag. It's bolting across the
Come
field.
on!
One of them's after it. The big bloke in the purple cloak. He's got a bow and arrow.
How can we stop him?
Aha! A hit! A hit!
He's hit it. Poor thing's limping, trying to make it to those trees.
See that, Henry? I've wounded him.
Aye, my lord.
I, Gilbert de Boys, will have his head in my trophy room at last. The head of the white stag. Go on.
He's taking another shot at him.
The stag doesn't stand a chance.
No, get on, you.
Shh! Maybe he does. Look, his horse is injured now.
Come on, you stupid animal. Oh, useless nag, the white stag's escaping. Oh, what's the use? I'll have to dismount. One more good shot will bring it down. Curse it!
Oh, he missed.
The stag's got away.
For the moment, but it was wounded. Did you see the blood? Won't be able to get far. Shh, wait a minute. That Gilbert's coming back to talk to his servant.
What are you gawping at, fool? Henry, get down off your horse and give him to me. The stag's run to cover. I'm going to flush it out and finish the job.
But, sire, my mount is exhausted. We have been riding since dawn.
I don't care. Give me your horse or I'll have your head on a stick.
Oh, but, sire, let us return home to get fresh steeds, then hunt down the stag when we've refreshed ourselves. Wounded as it is by your matchless archer's skill, it cannot escape for long.
Well, perhaps you're right. We will return to the castle for fresh horses and a bite to eat. It will give me a chance to savour to the full my impending triumph over the white stag. Did you ever see such a shot? Am I not the finest archer in the world?
Yes, sire.
Let's follow them. When Gilbert's calmed down, we'll persuade him to give up hunting that poor animal.
Yeah, and get him to take up knitting instead. Fat chance. You heard what Gilbert said to that servant of his? He's not going to turn me into a human lollipop.
I'm sure Gilbert can't be as bad as all that. He's some sort of knight, isn't he? Knights are supposed to be chivalrous.
He's got a nasty temper, though. He might cut off our heads and feel sorry later.
So you're chickening out?
There's no point in arguing. Come on, let's get the bikes. Gilbert's getting away.
They went this way. The path leads to a mansion or a castle or something.
Wait, your bike's faster than mine.
We'll dump the bikes behind these bushes. We can walk the rest of the way.
Good idea. Wow, quite a place Gilbert's got himself. All those towers and turrets, and hedges all cut into shapes of animals or birds. There's a dog, a cat, and that one could be a chicken. Brilliant, isn't it?
Bit showy for my liking.
Hey, you there! Stop scuffing up the gravel. I only just raked it.
Well, you'll have to rake it again, my man. We're here to see Gilbert. Gilbert, dear, what's his name?
Oh, are you, madam? He's just returned from hunting. I wouldn't disturb him just now. He's very excitable when he's in a hunting mood. It's like a fever with him. Grips him something awful.
We're here on a matter of greatest urgency. Pray, conduct us to him at once.
Very well, madam. If you would care to follow me.
You're being a bit hoity-toity, aren't you?
Well, at least we're going to get to see Gilbert.
Yes, that's something to look forward to.
There he is, by the front steps.
Pacing up and down like a hungry lion. He looks in a right mood.
Hang on, here comes his servant.
I crave your indulgence, sire, but there are no horses fit to ride. All are too fatigued from hunting these last few days.
Dolt! Imbecile! This beggars belief. The white stag's wounded, Henry, and you tell me there are no horses? Fire and brimstone upon you! And what do you want, fools?
We've come about the white stag.
What? Have you seen it? Is it dead? Come on, girl, out with it!
We want you to give up the hunt. And
let it go free.
Let it go what? Don't you realise I've pursued the white stag for 5 solid years? 5 years the space for its head has been waiting in my trophy room. At times I believed the white stag was a myth, a tormenting fable created to drive me mad. And now, 2 young rapscallions dare suggest that I let it go free. Gardener!
You sire, yes, sireship.
Throw them out.
Yes, my lord, at once, sire.
And you, Henry, fetch the dogs. As there are no horses, we'll pursue the stag on foot. If it's wounded, the dogs will soon track it down.
If you think that's wise, sire. If you remember, sire, you ordered them to be starved for 3 days after they lost a scent.
Well, they'll be hungry for the chase then, won't they?
But not, how shall I put it, very reliable, sire. In short, they may turn on anything that moves.
Ha! Then, dear Henry, you'd better watch out I don't turn them on you. Now be quick about it. I've wasted enough time.
Oh, very well, sire.
What did I tell you? Excitable. I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to leave.
yes, come on, Jamie. There's nothing more we can do.
It's Henry with the dogs.
Nasty-looking brutes.
They're practically dragging him along.
We can't let the stag be torn to pieces. We've got to do something.
All we can do, I suppose, is to find it first and try to hide it somehow. We've got our bikes, so we can move faster than Gilbert and Henry.
Back to the trees where we last saw it. We're not beaten yet.
This looks like the place. It must be hiding here, somewhere. Don't make a sound.
What was that?
Only a pheasant.
Look out!
It's the stag! Well, we found the stag.
It missed you by inches.
Certainly seems to have got its strength back.
Yes, but it's heading the wrong way, straight towards the dogs. All we've done is scared it. See what I mean?
Quick, after it!
Okay.
There it goes, running across the field towards those daffodils.
The white stag! Come on, Henry!
Aye, my lord, I'm with you.
It's heading for the Dell. The Dell of Time, faster!
These daffs are clogging my wheels.
You're right, the bikes are hopeless here.
There it goes, into the Dell.
Gilbert and Henry aren't far behind.
Quick, get down or they'll see us.
Look, here and there, blood! Blood from the stag's wounds!
Stay back, sir. You're getting blood on your shoes.
I'm not going to give up now. Not when I'm so close to getting him.
Oh, but sir, you're confusing the dogs. I can't hold them. Ah!
Stop sniffing me, curs! Why have you given up? Get in the Dell and flush out the stag! So you think you can disobey your master, do you? Go on! Get in there! Oh, you'd growl at me, would you? I'll give you a kick! Get down! Off me, you brute! Get off! Ah!
He doesn't stand a chance. They smell the blood on his shoes.
He's run down into the Dell.
Look, the dogs are slowing down. They look scared, like they don't want to follow him in there.
There's the stag, lying on its side by the pool. The hunting party's over, Gilbert.
Help me! Hold the dogs so I can get out of this godforsaken hole!
Not until you do something for us first. Save the white stag you wounded.
What will you do if I refuse?
We won't do a thing. We won't have to. The Dell of Time will see to that.
The Dell of what? What do you mean, you prattling fool? Help me out or I'll...
See for yourself. Look at your reflection in the water. Even now your hair's turning grey.
You're crazed, girl. I'm only 25 years old. I'm young. What's this? It is grey. And my face, wrinkled, lined with age. My hand, withering like an old woman's. What's happening to me?
Get their leads, Jamie.
Got him! The dogs are calming down. Easy, boy, easy.
We've got the dogs under control for the moment. If you want to get out of the Dell alive, Gilbert, you better do what we say.
What do you wish? I'll do anything.
Bring out the stag before you become too old and weak to move it.
I'll try. I can hardly move it.
I'm coming, sire. I'll help you. I'm sorry, Sir Gilbert. I cracked my head on a tree root when the dogs broke free.
Never mind that now. Help me move this wounded creature. Hurry, for pity's sake.
Aye, sir.
Come. Yes. That's it. Yep. A bit more. There. I've done as you desired. I have saved the stag. And this I vow, that never again will I pursue another living thing. There is one hunter no one can escape, time. And like this poor beast, I now know what it is to feel the fear of the hunted. Henry, bind up its wound. We will carry it back to my mansion. The finest physicians will tend it back to health.
Now you're talking. And you know something, Gilbert? You don't look so old anymore.
In fact, you're getting younger every second.
It's true. The terrible weariness I felt in the Dell is leaving my bones. I've never felt better in my life. Now, Henry. 1, 2, 3, and lift!
Look, Jamie, look at the Dell. The ice is melting. There are snowdrops growing by the pool.
And if I'm not mistaken, blossom on the trees. It's...
Some sort of miracle. The flower seller was right.
And so are you. Spring is the best time of year after all.
The music in the Dell of Time is taken from the Four Seasons by Vivaldi. In the first movement of Spring, Allegro, a high solo violin sounds like birds twittering. The bass strings rumble, thunder's threatening in the distance. In the second movement, Largo, a slow, lazy tune from the violin, sounds like the breeze gently blowing through the trees. In the final movement, Allegro, bass strings play a continuous note, or drone, that sounds like bagpipes. A solo violin plays a skipping tune. The nymphs are dancing. The first movement of Summer, Allegro non molto, Allegro, begins with a slow, lazy tune. Everyone's much too hot to do anything but sit around. Suddenly, a cuckoo calls. Then a summer breeze rustles through the trees. The next movement, Adagio, Presto, Adagio, begins with a slow, gentle tune which is interrupted by strumming bass strings. It's still hot, but the wind is getting up and a storm's threatening. In the final movement, Presto, scurrying passages on the violins are accompanied by a rumbling bass. The storm has broken. But it's still sticky and hot. A high violin buzzes like flies. In the first movement of Winter, Allegro non molto, violins play slow, trembling chords. It's freezing cold and everyone's shivering. Suddenly, a quick tune interrupts. People are running around to keep warm. In the second movement, Largo, a slow, warm tune is played to an accompaniment of plucked strings. People are sitting by the fire, listening to the rain outside. In the final movement, Allegro, a solo violin plays slowly and cautiously. People are sliding on the ice, trying not to fall over. Sudden, quick passages from the violins interrupt as the ice starts to crack. These are just some of the highlights of Vivaldi's Four Seasons. You're bound to discover more every time you listen.